listeners and viewers, welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration, under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned, as always, to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email, education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle, @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Good day, learners at home. My name is Tijani Muhammad Aliyu. I'm a marketing teacher. The last topic we discussed was marketing concept. Today we are going to discuss facilitator. In this lesson, we are supposed to understand who a facilitator is and the different roles facilitator play in different areas of the economy. Now, who is a facilitator? A facilitator is someone who is skilled in helping others to achieve their aims and objectives. There are a few definitions on the slide. We're going to take one after the other. Number one, a facilitator is someone who is skilled in helping everyone in a group to plan towards the attainment of the set objectives. Another definition goes, a facilitator is someone who helps a group of people or organization to do something more easily in finding answers to a problem, especially in business. Another definition is a person who is skilled, or a person or somebody do something more easily by discussing problems, giving advices, and providing solutions. We have the last one, which is, who are the skilled facilitators? Facilitators come in different forms. Your math teacher is a facilitator. Your marketing teacher is a facilitator. Your English, physics, biology are all facilitators. Because why? They help you in one way or the other to achieve your aim and objective. Especially as students, what are your aims and objectives in life? Especially at this your stage, is for you to pass your WAEC and NECO and graduate into a higher institution. Now, the facilitators that you have are these that are teaching you on air, especially on this e-learning program. For morality, your pastors, your imams are your facilitators in your various endeavors. Especially in your churches, you have your catechist or your Sunday school teacher is a facilitator. In the mosque area or in Islamia schools, you have who we call the Islamic teachers who teach you Islamia and other Quranic expression. For morality, they are all your facilitators. Your school principal is a facilitator. Your school administrator is called a facilitator. Now let's take a look at the roles of facilitators in different areas, which include, we're going to take a look at into 5 roles. Rule number one is we're going to take a look at Roles of facilitators in marketing of agricultural products. 2, in basing on boards. 3, cooperative society. 4, banks. And 5, other ones that will follow much later. Now let's take a look at the roles of facilitator in marketing agricultural products. Now let's get this straight. Functions, roles, and importance are interchangeably in WAEC and NECO. Get it straight. Roles, functions, and importance are interchangeably in WAEC and NECO. They are all, in this context, they mean the same thing. So just in case you are asked what are the roles of facilitator in this, what are the functions of facilitator in this, what are the importance of facilitator in this, it simply means the same thing. They are just matter of semantics and synonyms. Now let's take a look at the role of facilitator in agricultural products. Number 1, the facilitator creates ready market for farmers. Example, facilitators like marketing boards buy all the farm produce for the farmer and sell to industries. They educate farmers. Facilitators give proper training for farmers on modern techniques to adopt and marketing their produce. They encourage continuous production. Facilitators ensure price stability by fixing minimum prices for the produce. Number 4, we have facilitators help in the processing of some produce for final export to other countries of the world. Number 5, we have it ensures the formation and growth of cooperative societies which help to buy produce from farmers. Now the next slide, we have the roles of facilitators or the functions of facilitators in food processing industries. Now they provide technical guidance and advice to the industries. They encourage research and development. They promote creation of critical and infrastructure to fill the gaps in the supply chain from the farmer to the consumer. Facilitators also attract domestic and foreign direct investment to attain integrated processing capabilities, that's FDI. They ensure the provision of conducive environment for growth and industries. Now let's take a look at point 4, foreign direct investment. What does this mean? It simply means that companies that have interest in joining a country to produce more can come through a facilitator and build a subsidiary in the country of which it intends to do business with. That is, say for instance, you have a pasta processing company, for instance, that will produce noodles and the rest of them. You can have a subsidiary in your country. It less costs. It creates employment for potential youths that are graduating. Now let's take a look at functions or roles of facilitators in banks. They consult with stakeholders in the banking sector. Example, Bank of Agriculture and Bank of Industry. Now what facilitators do here is that they create a link between the intending person that wants to get loan to do business by consulting with Bank of Industry or Bank of Agriculture. It depends on what business or the entrepreneurial proposal you take to them. Say for instance, if you're an agri body or you are food processing industry, you can just cluster yourselves. The facilitator will now take you down there to the industry that is involved, especially BOI or Bank of Agriculture, and negotiate for loan for you at a minimal interest rate, at least at a pro rata that you can pay at conveniently for you. It becomes a win-win situation. You are not overstretched, and equally the bank is not overstretched in chasing you for loans that they have given to you. Now, facilitators work publicly and privately to spot opportunities for banks. They develop visions for dialogue processing using best method of engagement. Facilitators help banks to lay out opportunities, guiding principles, and structure for financial processes. Another one is they liaise, communicate, and maintain regular contact with the development banks to see whether the loans that have been given out are being paid. so that at least there will be no problem between the giver and the receiver of the loan, respectively. Now let's take a look at facilitators in basin and boards. What is basin? A basin is not the normal wash hand basin that you have in your houses or plates for eating. A basin is more of a geographical region where water is surrounded by land, or a piece of water from the stream flows through it. Now, boards are more of constituted authorities that is backed by government power. You understand? Say, you can have cocoa board, you can have board of internal revenue, different types of board. But this one is mainly for riverine areas. That's what it's called, basin and boards. Just like we have the Lake Chad Basin. The Lake Chad Basin is mostly for fishery and agricultural purposes. Now, let's take a look at the factors that involved in this facilitating of basin and boards. Now, facilitators ensure the transfer of information between basins. That is Lake Chad Basin and probably the Amazon Basin in the US, all different type of basin that you have along the coastal region. Now, they educate people on maintenance of dams, wells, and boreholes. How? Because if you have a large borehole, you can do some irrigational or dry farming techniques during the dry region, whereby there'll be yield of food or produce of food all year round. There's no need for saying this is a rainy season, I'm going to wait for rainy season for me to produce, I'm going to wait for dry season not to produce. No, all year round production. That's the essence of the dams and the boreholes that you have there. Now, they enhance the development of irrigation system for agricultural processes through advocacy processes. They promote the crusade for clean water for the use of consumption. What do we mean by crusade here? Another word for crusade here simply means to campaign. To campaign means a long-term period that you set up objectives that you intend to achieve, maybe probably in 3 to 6 months, 6 months to 1 year. It depends on the variation and depends on the planned or stipulated rules and regulation that is guiding that particular policy that you put in place. Facilitators develop and run campaigns for the provision of steady supply of water to rural communities and urban areas too. Facilitators draw up the appropriate guiding principle for the provision of loans, overdraft, and subsidies for farmers. How? They negotiate with banks that are ready to do business, especially the cottage industry banks, which is Bank of Industry, BOI, or Bank of Agriculture, BOA, at a negotiable interest rate that will make everybody happy. It becomes a win-win situation for both parties that are involved. Now let's take a look at the roles, the importance, and the functions of facilitators in cooperative societies. Number one, facilitators identify promising and reliable entrepreneurs and nurture them to maturity, so that at least after tutoring them over time, they know what it takes to run an enterprise. They know what it takes to run a cottage industry. A small cottage industry is not a small part of your room or a small desk you can use in producing toothpick, tissue, even small nylon papers. It's a cottage industry, small, that you can use and make small money out of it. That's what facilitators, they train entrepreneurs to be able to grow up to maturity and get things done accordingly. Facilitators build image relationship with key persons or group in a locality for the business. Number three, facilitators provide adequate education, that's enlightenment campaign to stakeholders in the cooperative society on best method of production and provision of services. Now, who are the stakeholders? Those that are involved in doing the business, the same entrepreneurs that have been trained over time. These same entrepreneurs can equally employ 1 or 2 labor, which means you are taking people off the streets. It's a great work that the facilitators are doing. They run programs to promote and encourage members of the cooperative society to form good saving habits. If you don't save, you cannot go back and do business tomorrow. There's what we call plow back. When you save and there's a small shortage in one thing, you can look up for your retained earnings and go back and plow it back into the business. What facilitators do is this, to encourage savings among the cooperators of the same business. Because by clustering them, they know that they have a stake in that particular enterprise. Facilitators open ways for potential and prospective persons to secure loans facilities from cooperative societies. That is by clustering them together and ensuring that everybody gets the best out of it. Facilitators in cooperative society link the business with partners to facilitate businesses' smooth operation. The last, facilitator collates information relating to the economic, social, and political dynamics of the local community and identify how they affect the cooperative society. Now, if you are producing products, you have a target market. That target market is what the locality is looking for. Are my needs and yearnings being met? You can't take products that certain localities or certain tribes will not want to pay. Why? Because there are sensitivity in whatever you market. There are certain products you cannot take to certain place to sell. Definitely they will not sell. Either because of demographic, religious, or geographical factors. In summary, therefore, the roles of facilitators or the functions or importance are as follows. 1. Facilitators give loans to market union members. They provide overdraft to channel members. They accept deposits from channel members. They provide warehousing facilities for goods. They move goods from one place to another. They render security services to market operators. They ensure goods and services against business risk. They provide means of communicating between buyers and sellers. Facilitators provide advisory and consultancy services. My dear listeners at home, in summary, that's what facilitators are and that's what they do. Just like I told you initially, the functions of facilitators or the roles of facilitators or importance of facilitators, for the sake of WAEC and NECO, you must have to take cognizance of these three factors: roles, functions, importance. They are mostly interchangeably in WAEC and NECO. And significantly, in your own upcoming JAM too, they have similarities in it. So be conscious of these semantics and words are being interchanged amongst themselves. Now, having had a summary that we've just summarized, I'm going to give you an assignment. The assignment goes thus: in your own words, who is a facilitator or who a facilitator is. Now, you're going to give me 3 functions or roles or importance of facilitators in different areas. Number 1, you have the banks, the cooperative society, basin and boards, food processing, and agricultural products. I repeat again. Number 1, who is a facilitator? Number 2, state 3 roles or functions of facilitators in the following areas: A, banks; B, cooperative society; C, business and board; D, food processing industries; and 5, agricultural products. Thank you very much. Just in case of any problem or anything that is ambiguous to you that you don't understand, especially in this topic facilitator we just treated, you can call me on the number showing on your screen: 080-3637-3342. I repeat, 080-3637-3342. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe. My name is Tijani Muhammad Aliyu. Thank you.